Live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Superpower Broadcasting. This is Hawk Talk. I'm Kevin Castley, and in this interview series, I sit down and talk with some really interesting people and discuss foreign policy and related matters, and figure out, what makes people come around to being a hawk. So today we are joined by Arthur here. Arthur is a really based guy. He's a based memer. He's the guy who's made the channel graphics, not only for my channel, but he's done a lot for Reese as well over at Nightmare Fuel, and he's a really talented guy. So today we're going to talk with Arthur here. So the first question that I have for you, Arthur, is tell the audience a bit about yourself and your political work.
My main focus is art, as you can tell. Politics, that's second, so might not be so educated on that.
No, that's good. That's good. I mean, art, like if you're somebody who is into politics, who's interested in persuading people, and you don't have an art game, if you don't have a meme game, if you're not capable of inspiring people, if you don't have good aesthetics, I mean, what are you? At the end of the day, you're snoring and boring, right? So, so no, that's important, my dude. So we've got some people already joined in watching us. We have the Prince of Warmongers Reese in the audience too. We're just talking about how Arthur's done some great work. Really talented graphics. So the next question I got is what experiences or knowledge kind of led you to become a hawk?
I can't remember.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Devin. I remember Devin.
Oh, you mean AIU, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched some of his stuff.
Yeah, no, AIU is the kind of guy that I haven't really seen too many of his videos, but what he did to kind of expose the Young Turks, the with Shank and Hassan, Guantanamo Bay, that guy.
You remember that?
Man, Guantanamo Bay. Hassan Piker. Oh man. No, you got fans. You got fans in the audience tonight, Arthur. People love your work, man. So no, that's good. So I've just got the next question here. You've done a great job with the channel graphics, as I was mentioning. You do a good job at kind of getting across like Reese as well as my sort of aesthetics and sensibilities and the graphics and everything, because Reese and I have pretty different styles and everything when it comes to that. His stuff is like quite a bit darker. My stuff is, a bit brighter and whatnot, but
yeah.
We have a pretty similar message, but it's we've got different sort of flavors when it comes to that sort of stuff. But is there any other work that you'd like the audience to know about, art or memes or whatnot?
I mean, from what I upload on my YouTube page, that's about it. And then the ship hosting YouTube page, I'm sure you know about.
Well, we featured videos from there on here, right?
Oh yeah,
people love those. The people love those. Like that's a meme now. Like whenever I say 100%, somebody's like 500%. Like that's a meme. That's a meme. You make memes, man.
Yeah.
Oh man. So that leads me to the next question here. What do you think about the importance of memes in politics?
I think it's good for keeping everything lighthearted and
let's
not take it too seriously. That could lead to violence.
Yeah, oh man, yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, there's just there's a lot of stuff out there in terms of, toxicity and everything when it comes to that sort of stuff, especially with the internet now, how it's very easy for people to just, send off death threats or whatever nonchalantly without really realizing, the legal implications of what they're doing, as well as how other people might take it. They might take it more seriously. That's not just, that they're not just that it's just a trolling sort of thing. Sometimes, people might take it seriously. So we got a lot of that sort of culture around now in the political sphere, where people just feel a lot more sort of confident to make claims online, like, oh, I could win if we fought, that sort of thing, like, fight me, bro. That's one. Or debate me, bro, is another. That one's a pretty big meme these days. We've the next sort of question that I've got lined up here, it's pretty good because I've done longer interviews in the past, but sometimes those can kind of drag on and everything. This one's being pretty efficient so far, which is good. I like that. We got so what are some of your favorite sort of foreign policy memes? Like, I like the whole, my literacy rates. That one's pretty popular right now with the whole thing with Bernie with Cuba. And the other one that I like, and I know you got a kick out of this one too, is the whole "you personally killed 1 million dead Iraqi kids." That one's not my favorite, but what do you think? That one was a great meme, but
I'm more of a surreal type of guy, so I'm gonna have to go with Billy Bong's the walrus one.
Yes, the walrus. Oh man, that was so good. That was so good. For those in the audience who don't know Billy Bong, go check out his channel. He does some great work. He's done extensive videos covering the cockroach Linda Sarsour. And I mean, it's thanks to Billy Bong that every time I hear the name Linda or Sarsour or both, I immediately think of the cockroaches. It's so great. It's so great. Billy Bong's another great memer. I call him Billy Bong the Lit. He's a dope guy. Oh man. Yeah. Hashtag the bong is never wrong. Hashtag the bong is never wrong. 100%. Yeah, no, that's great. The walrus one, that's so good. Like, I was thinking about that today. Like, I made another Bolton meme earlier tonight. And for those of you in the audience who might not remember or didn't see this when it happened, it's a reference to when there was a Russian scientific survey out in, I believe it was the Franz Joseph land. They were doing some scientific research allegedly, and one of their naval vessels got too close to a walrus cubs, and the mother walrus, she wasn't too happy about that, so she sunk the vessel. Literally, she sunk the vessel, and there were four Russian scientists aboard, and they had to abandon ship, and they were terrified that the walrus was going to kill them, and Billy Bong made one of the best videos after, where, no, it's so good. It's so good. Where if you guys haven't seen it, go check out the video. He starts off the video briefly talking about the cockroach Linda Sarsour, because of course he was right with the predictions that Sarsour was going to get to some higher political position. She got nominated as a surrogate. She got appointed as a surrogate to Bernie Sanders at the time. She's still a surrogate for his campaign, by the way, which is just insane. It's insane. If you look into the stuff that she said, if you look into the things that she said about like FGM, the apologetics for brutal tyrants, I mean, the anti-Semitism, it goes on and on and on. I mean, she's a mess. But then Billy made the video about the walrus, where he said, maybe that wasn't a walrus, because this was right after John Bolton was forced to resign, essentially, because he didn't want to stand by while Trump threw a peace party for the Taliban in New York State right around 9/11, and when they had the Taliban over to Camp David, and Bolton walked in his office and at least according to my speculation probably said, dude, That's a really stupid idea. And then he had to leave the White House because he was too based for that place. But in the video, Billy Bong the Lit, he speculates, maybe that wasn't a walrus. Maybe that was John Bolton taking out, blowing off some steam and taking matters into his own hands and taking down a Russian vessel just to prove that he still got it, that sort of thing. No, it was great. It was a great meme. Great meme. We've got another question here. So we both got sort of an experience dealing with fascists on the internet, in groups of, like on Facebook especially. You do an awesome job triggering the tradcons and the fascies and the tankies. Can you elaborate upon your experience dealing with these guys? And is there anything you think that people should know about these guys? Because you've dealt with them a lot and really triggered them. I've seen it. Like, you triggered them in a way that few have managed to. So,
let's start with the commies. I don't know how to trigger them. That's probably because it's their default state. So. I don't know. It gets boring. But the fascists,
yeah.
I think he just. I start off being nice to them first, and then once they throw the first punch, then I could point out like they're just a shitty person, in a bullying kind of way.
Oh man, no, it's so good. It's so good for those who might not be, kind of following this sort of stuff. Arthur here has gotten banned from free speech groups. That's how much he's triggered these people. Like, you've gotten banned from UBC free speech twice now, if I recall, right?
Yeah.
For expressing your speech, because it triggered their sensitive sensibilities. No, it's so great. It's so great. Would you mind kind of talking a bit about the experience of what it's like to get banned from a free speech group? Because, that's one for the record books right there.
Yeah, that's I'm never gonna forget that. So ironic. One thing comes to mind is that I was debating some rape apologists. I think I sent you a screenshot.
Yes.
Like, pure rape apologies. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like,
no,
I was trying to be against him, like trying to prove a point, like if I said all that stuff, but like switched it to me, like being gay toward him, and they, I guess they saw that and thought that's harassment. Then they banned me, but not the actual comment.
They didn't ban the actual comment. That's, it's so obvious. It's so obvious.
A double standard.
They post homophobic stuff all the time. For example, they post anti-Semitic stuff all the time. None of them get banned. And then they'll default on it, and then they'll say, "Well, hey, you can't accuse us of being fascist because we have a gay Jew as our president or whatever." It's like, it's literally Milo Yiannopoulos level tokenry. It's so sad. It's so sad. Like, all I could say is, imagine being that gay Jew that they appoint to be the token to give cover to. It's sad, man.
Do they think no one's gonna see through that?
It's so obvious because they do it with other minorities and stuff. It's the sort of thing that it's like, oh, we got to cover. It's kind of like, hey, look, my friend is black, so I can't be racist. It's like, my friend is gay, I can't be homophobic. Or, I spoke with a dude once on the internet who was a Jew, so I can't be anti-Semitic. It's like, it's so goofy, man. It's so see-through. It's so transparent. So transparent. And I gotta say, big ups to Arthur here for just triggering the hell out of these guys. Like I saw how much he got under some of their skin in particular, like some of the real like hardcore Nazi types and stuff, and the real trad cons. These guys are like fans of like Stefan Molyneux and like Andrew Anglin and just the cringiest dudes in the book, you know. Oh man. But we'll move on now. I got another question here. What do you make of the presidential election right now? And is there any candidate you're supporting?
At first, I was a bit disappointed with the Tulsi Gabbard being in there on our side, the Democrat side.
Man, Tulsi. That's another meme right there. Like we talked a fair bit about Tulsi too.
And Bloomberg, I was like, I was a blue no matter who type of person. But when Bloomberg got in there, I was like, oh no, I think I'm going to vote for Trump if Bloomberg gets that nomination.
Oh man, because some people would say, you know, especially a lot of the people on the far left, they would say, well, how can you tell the difference? They're both billionaires, they're both rich dudes. You know, why would you vote for one over the other? But what's the sort of issues that you have in particular with Bloomberg?
It was at first, like the first debate where he came off like all creepy.
Yeah.
Not today though. I probably would vote for Bloomberg over Trump.
Okay.
Because of the climate change and all that.
Oh yeah.
Because at least there is a climate change on his platform.
Right.
But the top candidate, probably Bernie.
Yeah, no, that's interesting because like we got a lot of people that watch the channel that don't really like Bernie. I personally I'm not a fan of him because I see a lot of, you know, dictator apologetics and stuff. But you're talking like his domestic policy, basically, right? Like,
yeah, the workers' rights and stuff, the climate change.
Right. No, well, I mean, it's interesting. Like, we could have an interesting conversation about that because, like, what do you make with Bernie Sanders? What do you think, though, of his statements about in the past, you know, the bread lines with Cuba? He talks about the literacy rates and stuff, that he's the kind of guy that will point out good things when you point out bad things about a regime.
Yeah,
but if you point out good things about America, he'll point out bad things about America. I see it as really cringy, but
yeah, that is cringy. I don't like that about him.
Okay, so, yeah.
I'm not going to defend that. So.
Well, no, that's good. That's good. I mean, obviously, we can have disagreements and everything. It's just I just find it interesting because, you know, I had Prometheus on a little while ago, and he was supporting Yang, and of course, I'm somebody who likes Biden, so like we want to have like a diverse array of guests here. So they'll feel like, you know, you know, it's like, I support Bernie. It's like, no, like you're a based memer. I like your memes and stuff. And
I supported Yang before he dropped out. So
yeah.
When I was watching the video, I was like, yeah, this lines up with me. But then like a day after he dropped out, I was like, oh well. What am I gonna do?
It's so sad. Like I would have liked to see it be Yang staying in the race as the sort of progressive side, and then Yang versus Biden to see, like, you know, who's going to get the most delegates. To me, that would have been interesting because for me, I see Yang as being a lot more intelligent than Bernie. I see his platform as being a lot more up to date, and he doesn't defend dictators. So for me, even though I got disagreements with Yang, he's the kind of progressive that I like, you know, but that's fair enough that like Bernie was never your sort of first choice. You were
he was at that time, he was like my third choice.
Okay.
It was Yang, Buttigieg, and then Bernie.
Oh yeah, Buttigieg, and then that's right, Buttigieg, yeah. Let's see what else is there on here. What do you make of Trump's recent, this is just as of the last little while, kind of basically surrender to the Taliban, where he's going to make this whole peace deal with them? Like, have you Have you kind of followed this much? Because I don't know as much about the terms of the agreement as I will over the coming days when I look into it more. But
No, I haven't read anything about that.
Gotcha. Let's see. I'm just on the last kind of couple of questions here because I was trying to kind of streamline it to keep it from going, too long tonight. So is there anything else you'd like the audience to know or feel is important, sort of like in foreign policy or political culture, that kind of stuff?
I'm looking at Reese's comments. Foreign policy. Just take Tulsi back to wherever she came from. Give her some free. What's it called? Proactive.
Oh man, takey Tulsi. No, takey Tulsi. Yeah, no, she should seriously just go and live in Syria. Like after it's done, she's already announced like she's not going to run for election in her own state and all this stuff. Like she's not going to have any sort of job after this is said and done. She should just get up and go and like walk the walk and go and I guess fight for Assad or whatever, like because otherwise. Realistically speaking, she's going to do like the Abby Martin thing or the Jesse Ventura thing or the Jimmy Dore thing and go and get a job at like Russia Today or Telus or Al Jazeera or one of the goofy networks that just all they do is talk about U.S.
She should be a co-guest on Kremlin Kyle because he's just alone. He's just by himself right there.
That's 24/7. Right. They could do it. They could have, how
she could be the Anna Kasparian.
Yes, she could be his Anna Kasparian. Oh man, no, it's funny because Tulsi and Anna really don't get along. Like they hate each other because when Tulsi went on to interview at TYT, she had the condition that Anna was not allowed to interview or ask any questions, and because Anna thinks that Tulsi's basically a neocon and a war hawk and all this stuff because she claims she wants to fight Al Qaeda. For the audience, if you guys haven't really been following this is insane. And so Tulsi was like, no, I'll go on your show, but don't let Anna anywhere near me, basically. But if she went on Kremlin Kyle's channel, I could see it right now how like Rolling Stone has the podcast Useful Idiots and the Brainlet June literally calls her show where she makes big brain points. She calls it I could see Kyle. Yeah.
I actually am a brainlet. I'm like on June's level, but I don't like put myself out there to publicly humiliate myself.
Oh man, no, you're 1,000 times more intelligent than June. June's honestly one of the dumbest people on YouTube. I mean, the stuff that she talks about with like everything with her is World War III. Every time there's some event or something happens, it's like, oh, this is World War III. It's like they've done this every time. They did it back when like Trump did a couple strikes against Syria and he notified the Russians in advance. And then they're all like, this is World War III, it's World War III. And then back in like 2015, 2016, they're like, if Hillary gets the nomination, if Hillary wins, if it's the Clinton's presidency, it's World War III. She's going to start World War III. And of course, that didn't happen. And then Trump came in and they were all like, oh, okay, this is great. But then Trump attacked Syria and they're like, oh, no, he's going to start World War III. He's a neocon. And then that doesn't happen. And then he finally responds to Iran and they're all like, this is World War III. It's like, by the time they're done saying we're about to have World War III, we're already going to be finished like World War VIII, and they're still going to be on and on and on about my World War III. No, it's so funny, man. It's so funny, but I'm just thinking like if they had the podcast or if they had their little channel, they can't call it Brainlet, they can't call it Useful Idiots, but they could call it Fifth Columns, or they could call it Haters and Traitors. They could. It would just be. It would literally every 7 words that they would say would be like neocons or hawks or neocon ghouls. It's like you make a drinking game out of it. Like every time she says neolib or neocon, it's like you take a shot. Like imagine how quickly you could get alcohol poisoning, doing that. But oh man. Well, that's basically it for like the substance sort of questions. I've just got one other one here. We'll wrap this up pretty quick. Where can the people follow you and your work?
My YouTube channel, it's just my name, because I'll often look for my real name, but whatever.
Oh yeah, no, I can put your link in the bio, and I'll be putting your link in the bio on future videos too, so people could go and check out your content, because you make really good graphics and everything. Like if I recall, you're the one who did the one that Reese has now with the hawk, where it's him standing there and there's the hawk kind of like on the tree. That's based. I love that, man. I love that. But yeah, we could take some questions from the audience too. If any of you guys have any questions for Arthur here, feel free to ask them now. We got a lot of cool people in the chat right now. We got Anthony, we got Reese.
Hi, Reese.
I'll just scroll back and see if anybody did ask anything earlier on.
What do I think of neoconservatism? That's a big word, so I don't know.
Oh man. Yeah, no, that word has basically in many ways lost a lot of meaning now, because people like Kyle and June and Tulsi and all these people, they just use it to mean anybody who supports any foreign policy that isn't literally just surrendering the second anything happens, like I'm just reminded of like when Kyle talked about the neocon ghouls. It was such a meme. It was such a meme, And then he called, and then Tulsi called Hillary Clinton the queen of warmongers. And it's
they keep giving us cool names. What the hell?
But like those names sound dope. Those names sound cool. Like that's why Reese now is the prince of warmongers. It's like, it sounds cool. It's like, who doesn't want to be a prince? Who doesn't want to be queen of warmongers? It's like, sounds base. Hello, Natalie. Exactly. Oh, we got a question here from Anthony. He says, what do you think about Nick Fuentes?
he joined the gay side, so I'm proud of him for that. 2020 is exciting. So there's hope for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten canceled from YouTube. He's gonna get canceled from the groypers pretty soon, because they're gonna be like, "Hey, look, bro, it was cool when like we did the whole donkey on Shapiro and Charlie Kirk thing, but let's keep it real. You're Mexican and you're gay, so we got to move on now. You're a degenerate." Like, they're all gonna outgrow him so fast, and then he's like gonna be there on like D Live or whatever with like 2 people watching, and they'll both be haters, and he'll be like, basically trying to do his like Buckley Jr. sort of thing or whatever, and it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Nightmare Fuel says he's got real Prince energy. That's true. That's true. Oh yeah, Dragon Roz E asked which Democratic candidate are you supporting. You basically already said Bernie, right?
Bernie, yeah.
Reese says Michelle Malkin embracing the groypers is pretty insane. That's right. She was like kind of dancing around the issue of like the Holocaust earlier. Like, I don't know if you happen to see the video. It was pretty cringe. She was saying like, how, oh, well, anytime, they talk about this stuff, it's like, oh, all these people died. It's particular. And then she kind of said, she kind of caught herself and said World War II. But it was obvious, and everybody in the audience knew that she was referring to the Holocaust, but she had to phrase it in a way that wasn't going to make it look like Holocaust denial. A lot of groypers are big fans of her now, and she was always kind of a cringy woman. But Yeah, no.
I'll do that. No,
We got. What do you think about Kissinger? If you
never
have,
heard of him. Her
okay,
or
fair
her. I
enough.
don't know them. Never
We
heard of.
got. Well, I mean, see, that's the thing that I like about you is how like you're honest about areas that you don't necessarily know. Because if that was Kyle, because let's keep it real, we all know that Kyle doesn't know anything. Like he thinks anybody's a neocon. If they asked him, "What do you think about Kissinger?" He's just heard the word Kissinger in the same sentence as war once or twice, so he would just be like, neocon ghoul, establishment ghoul. Uh, what do you think of the USS Liberty? No, that was a good meme. That was a good meme.
It's an inside job. No, I'm kidding.
Oh man,
Something Jews.
Jews. Yeah, it's like dancing Jews did my USS Liberty as a part-time job. Like to the groypers. That's like their number one question. Like that's their gotcha question.
Even like you know something like weird. It gets into non-political spaces online too. The USS Liberty meme. That's like crazy, and it gets a bunch of reactions and likes.
Oh man.
So that's kind of yikesy.
Oh, super yikes! Like people take it as like a default that
Yeah,
that
they say like, okay, if you don't agree with this plot line in this movie, then Google USS Liberty and see if you believe me then. And it's like, oh my god.
oh man. No, it's the groypers. It's the groypers. They're trying to infiltrate other
Like,
spheres
yeah.
now because they know that they've basically got all their fans from the political sphere, and it's hardly anybody. It's just like a few dudes who like live in mom's basement and want more hot pockets and stuff, and like, ma'am, that's ma'am, and like the Eric Cartman meme. What else do we have down here? We got we got one from Anthony. You're pro Israel though, right?
Yes.
Based. No, but Reese is right. Like Kissinger is old news, to be fair. Like that's true. A lot of people are like making a big deal about Kissinger, all this stuff, and it's like I'm not personally too big of a fan of Kissinger myself, but he's not really relevant anymore. Like he was kind of relevant when he endorsed Clinton and stuff, but like that was a long time ago now. Let's see. We got
Here's one. Arthur, where are your clothes? I see hangers, no clothes. An ironing board with no cover. Well, I just recently emptied this room out because I'm gonna rent it out.
Oh yeah.
You gotta. Oh, they cut my hours, so gotta make money somehow.
Yeah, gotta make money. What else do we have? Probably aren't even real books behind Kevin. No, they're real books. They're real books. What else do we have here? We have a question for the Pritz. He says, question for Arthur. As a Sanders supporter, what do you think is Bernie's best path forward after a fairly significant loss in South Carolina? No, that's a good question because I know he had a lot of momentum, but
he should carry hot sauce in his purse.
wait, what's that?
He should carry hot sauce in his purse, like Hillary.
Oh man. Yeah, no, I mean Super Tuesday is coming up so fast. It's all moving by really quickly.
I haven't even filled out the little paper yet. I like procrastinating.
Yeah, no, I kind of procrastinate too because this stuff. Let's see.
Reese knows I procrastinate.
Yeah, but you make good content. You get it done. What else do we have on here? Hey Kevin, what you told me about Henry Kissinger blew me out of the water. Yeah, no, I was saying to Dragon Razi earlier. I was saying to him how a lot of people just assume that like Kissinger is like this neocon or whatever, and it's like no, he's not really. He's kind of like this realist sort of guy who like he doesn't really have like a moral compass. Like Reese said, he's kind of like old news now, so like we don't really need to get into it. But Oh, we have a question here from from a troll. He says, "What do you think of Jonathan Pollard?" And now I don't know who this is. Do you know who
I don't
this
know
is?
who he is
I
either.
don't know who it is. See, we're honest here. Sometimes we don't know things. We're real
Wait,
people.
that Alexander Shepard.
That's the dude. That is the guy who consistently posts cringe on the meme page. That's him. That's him.
Hey Alex, do you want some Cheetos? I still have some if you want.
Well, I mean, he's got enough lying on his hoodie stained that
Oh,
he could eat 2 dinners worth with the amount of Cheeto stains he's got on his hoodie. What else do we have here? Oh, do you have a stance on the Israel-Palestine conflict? Okay, this is an interesting question.
no, I haven't thought about it. Israel,
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Fair enough. Nightmare says spicy response to one of the earlier ones. What else do we have? We got some trolley comments tonight.
I like trolley comments.
Yeah, Kissinger was not an international humanist by any means. No, definitely not. He was pretty cool with a lot of genocides and stuff, actually, and worked with like Khmer Rouge and stuff. Not exactly a good guy, but let's see. Oh, question from Anthony. Since you're a Bernie supporter, well, I mean, that's a meme, right? Like,
Pete is worth the CIA. I don't know.
the alphabet boys.
Did the CIA Pete campaign shell company hack the Iowa caucus? Maybe, but it's just one state, right? What's that gonna do?
No, that's true. I think if I remember, like Iowa, the person who's won Iowa hasn't actually gone on to win very many times. Like it's important for like building momentum and stuff, but it's kind of like it's already kind of old news now, right? But
yeah, Pete did win. Pete did build the momentum genuinely. I think. I don't think he manipulated the votes.
yeah. Yeah, because there was a lot of people. We'll get to the next question, but there were a lot of people, especially like on Twitter, and even Young Turks was basically, floating the idea that it was a rig, that it was a hack, that sort of thing, But it's like, but for me, I'm going to say,
just a meme.
like Bernie fairly won, New Hampshire. Nobody disputes that. I think Buttigieg probably fairly won Iowa. But like, I'm not going to take either of their victories away personally. But we've got. What do you think of Tom Steyer getting out of the race, and how does it make you feel? Because like he dropped out like a few hours ago.
Oh, well.
Yeah, he's gone.
Well, it's sad to see another climate change candidate drop out, but hey, at least it frees up the debate stage. No, not debate stage. The list. It frees up that list to be a lot shorter than.
That's true.
Than it is.
No, that's true. That's true. Let's see. What else is there? He says, I don't believe it's uncommon for extremely close races to take a bit longer to count the votes. No, that's true. Like Florida took forever because it was within like a couple hundred votes out of like 30 million people or something. Like insane sort of thing. Oh yeah. Shaking Razzie says, Kevin, it's a no good DNC rig. But yeah. No, I think what else do we have? Oh, what do you think of Bernie's comments on Castro's Cuba? I think we already kind of went over that actually, but
yeah, it was cringe.
Yeah, it was cringe. Oh man, no, I think that's about it. Yeah, well, thanks for coming on, Arthur. Is there any other sort of stuff you feel like talking about, or?
Nah.
Nah.
I'm a really quiet guy.
No, fair enough.
Probably going to be your shortest interview.
Well, who knows? Who knows? I am trying to keep them shorter now. So that's good. That's good. I mean,
Nice.
I used up quite a bit of streaming time for a few people. We had some good conversations, of course, but it's probably too long. I want to try to get
Yeah.
more.
Yesterday, last night I seen your video that was like 6 hours long.
Yeah.
It was the one that's called Snoring and Boring, and ironically, I fell asleep to it.
No, snoring and boring. Oh man, yeah, no. A lot of people got a kick out of the snoring and boring catchphrase, right? Like I try to come up with the catchphrases all the time, and yeah, that's right. Like Nightmare Fuel says, Arthur's a normal dude. Like a lot of these people out there think that like we're paid by the CIA to be hawks, like that we're paid ghouls, that sort of stuff. It's like nobody here is paid. Like we all have genuine views. Like we disagree with each other. We obviously disagree with the clowns, the fascies and stuff, but to them, we're all paid. We're all, we're all the deep state. We're all paid by Soros, oh man. But yeah, so that's it. And yeah, yeah, that's right. Recess, can I get paid? That's I mean, we're all asking that question. Like where's the George Soros money? Like we're all waiting for those George Soros checks. Oh man. Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. Arthur's my new fave on this show. That's based.
Oh.
Yeah, big up. Yeah, big up, Arthur. Arthur, new host. I don't know. I don't know about that.
I don't know about
that. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Well, yeah. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. We had about 10 people there consistently. So yeah, thanks for coming on, Arthur, and you're welcome on again anytime. Have a good night. Peace.